To this tutorial on Julius. In this session, we are going to explore how Julius can help us work with data in three clear steps. First, we will create a data set that we can use for the practice purposes. Now, this data set is going to be a synthetic data because we are not using the actual data. And this particular guide, which you can see on the screen, is for practice and to just build the skill confidence in you. Further to creating data, then we will go to the next level in creating a workflow and analyzing data. So you can easily see how you can actually create different prompts and with each prompt, what kind of information we are receiving. And the last step we'll be learning is how we can forecast future results or predict the information so we can see patterns over time. Julius gives you a simple chat style structure. It has a very simple interface and easy to use. So you can actually ask questions, get instant insights, and also you can actually join the community to get more information. So let's get started by getting comfortable with the platform and then move step by step. To get into the platform, of course, and of course, at the initial level, Julius is for free. So you can click and join the platform by using your Google, email, Gmail, multiple definitely interfaces. You can use your Gmail, Apple account if you're with Apple, and other email address. So you can see right now what you can see is after I have signed in and logged in. On the left hand side, you can see in my uh, navigation panel, I haven't paid for this particular platform, so I'm still using the free version. You have particular sections, documentation, where you can actually get some help if you get stuck, help. Um, Also, account settings. So some of the things that you can actually see, and it opens in a new tab, so you can actually go and have some guides. You can actually collaborate with the teams with your account. Also, you can get some insights in the data that you're using, some data connectors, which definitely is useful, which I'll be showing you in this tutorial. Notebooks is where you can actually create some projects and how you can also manage your account. So this is the way you can actually go and explore some of the areas on your own. If you see, you will also get some information on what our other upgrades um, are for. And you can see my capacity has basically been reached, but I think we can still do our job in this particular tutorial. Now, let's go on the very basic section here, and we are going to also explore some other options. On the left hand side, you can see chats. Chats, basically, it comes down to your previous history or what you have done earlier. So if you have done some any other work in the past, it appears over here. So I've used this particular information when I was doing a walkthrough tutorial for you for module 3 assessment, and you can see I've actually practically inserted the information to generate the data, using the data, generate the visual charts and everything. So anything that I have done in the past, you can see, I can see over here. Other than chats, you can see notebooks, and notebooks are pretty much your workflows. All right. So once again, if I have created any kind of workflow, um, or if I have scheduled, if you want to schedule some workflows, you can do that. Haven't done any at the moment. Also, in the history, if you have done anything, it will appear over here. Okay, so let's say if I have done something here, it will appear over here. So it's a kind of workflow where you can actually connect your Julius platform with other platform as well. So in this particular tutorial, I'll be showing you how to actually integrate that as well. Then comes files. Any files, if I have uploaded in the past, I can see all the files over here. Okay? There are two ways. Either you can use data connectors. So data connectors is you can connect your drives where you can actually gather or integrate the information or collect the information from. So they have multiple sections, including Google Drive, OneDrive, SharePoint, and other areas, depending on what you're organizing. You can also need another connector you can request to connect it. Then comes create a team. Of course, you can create a team. So, just if you can do that and quickly continue, you can add emails and you can actually send them an invitation. Okay. And you can continue. So what happens is when you actually do that, definitely um, it, it is not available in the free version, as you can see. Okay. So I was just showing you because you need to see what exactly it is. And then comes the notebook template. So notebook templates, if you remember, it's like the workflow. So you do have some templates available for your use if you want to use that. So if there's something you want to do under data processing or visualization, you can pick. And if anything interests you or your work, you want a similar kind of work done, you can pick that particular uh, workflow, and it actually gives you step by step what you can do. You can run that particular workflow. So when you click on that, what happens is it actually allows you to enter the information. The workflow is already been selected. All you have to do is either add the data source. So when you add the data source, either you can upload it and you can, let's say, you have the data over here, and or you can also add it from Google Drive. You click it from Google Drive because I've already connected it. So simply, if I have actually used or have any data sheet over there, I can pick it from here and start working from here. Okay, so there are a couple of ways now. So these are some of the things which you can straight away access from here. You can run or you can actually schedule it for later. There are multiple options, right? Then comes the community Slack. Community Slack is more about you can join and you have thousands of people who have subscribed to Julius, and probably some of the questions if you may carry, and if you want to join this community, it's a good community to be a part of. But there's no specific recommendation or compulsion. I must say it's only up to you. Okay. All right. So let's go and follow some of the steps that we want to take it as a part of our activity. So we'll follow this particular step-by-step guide as you will be doing this as well. So pretty much we have completed step one. Let's start a new notebook. Okay, so here we want to create a new notebook. Now, when you create a new notebook, what it does, it gives you an option. In convenience, I have put both the windows together so we can simply follow the steps and also start putting the information and see the generated output on Julius platform as well. So as a part of our second step, we have created a new notebook. Following that, let's generate a sample data set for practice purpose. So I have actually created a prompt, which I can simply go over here to ask Julius to generate for us. Now, it does have the ability for you to so run from all from here as if we have given multiple instructions, and then you click on run all. It's a kind of workflow thing, so you can click. Otherwise, if you've just put one uh, prompt, you can simply, ask Julius to do the job for you. So it does run on uh, multiple data sets and the codes as well. So if you can see, it's actually showing us the code. It's still running the code. It has Python, it has R, you can always change the code language over here if you want to. So basically now it has generated an output for us. So we can export this particular data into sheets. We can also export into CSV file, and we can also expand it to see. what is being generated. Okay, so over here. So there are multiple ways of, having a look at this particular information. So it has pretty much done a good job over here. All right. So it actually gives you an ability to generate the sorry, different kind of charts as well when you expand it. So it is amazing what it can do with easy steps. All right. So I haven't asked it to generate the charts or anything, but just using a little bit of information, it has actually given me a variety of charts. If something is not right, by providing additional prompts over here. So all you have to do is click on extra prompts, and you can keep on adding prompts to make some additions. Right now, your CSV file is ready. And it's always, if you want to download it, you can always download it to save it later. As per our worksheet, let's have a look what is the next step we want to do. So up until now, we have actually created a synthetic data based on our information that we have given. Um, and you can always try as well. So looking at your own data, you can always create a simulated synthetic data to see how accurate the information is. And of course, what it can do. Okay, let's have a look at this next step. Now we are going to create a workflow on analyzing the data. So over here, we will upload our CSV. So considering that we haven't got any data available, we have got the data available now. Let's quickly go and check if we can add the source over here. So here are some of the features of Julius is you can actually change the code if you don't want to use Python or SQL, and if you're not aware of any coding at the moment, so don't worry about it. Let it choose its original Python code because this is one of the most accurate ones. From here, we are in the cell type. We are going to choose the source. Source is where we are going to provide the source, the data to Julius. So adding the source, there are two ways. Add the data sources. Either you can download it uh, from anything is available, or upload the data from the computer. So we can use this particular thing. Or let's click on adding Google Drive. Okay, so I'm going to add the Google Drive. And of course, I'm giving has access. Okay, no problem. Now that we have added the uh, Google Drive, you can see when I click on Google Drive, add from Google Drive, it just gave me an option to quickly click on my folder, and I've just named this particular file as synthetic sales data, and I've selected that. Okay, so we have got one data to play with now. Using this particular data, we are going to do some work. Okay, so I'm going to copy, and now it does have suggestions for you, and it will start having suggestion as soon as you upload the data. But right now, just want to do a couple of manual work to show you once again. I'm going to use the prompt here to just give a little bit of instructions. So what we can do, and we are going to click run. While it's running its code in the background, uh, we also need to plan our next step. And in the next step, after getting a little bit of additions in the rows columns, it has actually counted the number of rows, columns, and also given the information in multiple gradients of blue. So it has actually followed the prompts. Following this information, the next prompt we're going to give is let's create a line chart of months versus revenue, and also create a bar chart of category versus revenue. So we'll use the same thing. We'll use prompt, and we are going to insert this information and run. Let's see what it does, and if it is following the prompts. It's usually very quick in comparison to other platforms, and provides pretty accurate information when it comes down to Okay, so it has given us a little bit of error over here where it says display the line chart of month versus revenue. Category column not found. So skip the category versus revenue bar chart. So it has actually given us the explanation. But of course, if we want further um, information and if we want to make further changes, we can always do that. So remember, there's another way of doing the quick plot. You can always use different information, okay? And let's see if we can actually use months and from here, revenue and generate the plot. So this is another way of generating a visual chart. And you can create these charts from here as well. So you can always change the information. We can request it to show the grids, and it's kind of very interactive. So that's another way of doing the very, very active and visual charts. Isn't it amazing, right? Now, following the development or, visualization, let's see what is the next steps we want to do. We want to do a quick segment analysis. So where we are going to categorizing month and then show revenue units with totals and averages. So let's see if we can further add. Of course, we can actually choose one of them over here as well. If you want to do that, always try and see what it does. So let's try one of their prompts and see what information does it provide us. I said it's usually very quick and the time lag is really, really less in comparison to other platforms. So once it's done, and we have a pretty good information around the trends and the growth. We also want to see, other than the suggested prompts, let's go and check out the final prompt as we have used in the guide on analyzing the data. So once again, clicking on prompt and using this particular prompt, group data by category and month and show revenue in units, totals and averages. So let's run this particular prompt and see what happens. It's pretty quick in comparison to others. Now, we have come across an error as in our data, there's no category column. Okay, so it has actually indicated I can't group by category. If you share a mapping, I'll join the produce and group totals together. If you prefer, I can create placeholder category. Okay, so let's see if we can actually ask it, can you please create a placeholder to demonstrate the workflow? So I'm just going to use that as a additional prompt. Can you please create and see what happens? Okay, so we just, fixing the error in our workflow, which Julius has identified, and hopefully can fix it to create the correct output and analyzing the information. All right, so it has actually done that. And if we actually quickly expand the information, we will be able to see it has actually created the information, an extra column over here to provide that information, the category. Okay, so pretty easy, right? So that's a wonderful way of analyzing the data. The next step is doing a quick activity on forecast. So let's have a look what we can do. Okay, in forecasting the activity, we will keep on following the same workflow. And now we'll be using one of the prompts in running a time series forecast. So copying and of course using a prompt to quickly see if it can give us some information, and that can be useful for us. And of course, as per the prompt, we have asked it to provide the revenue forecast for the next 6 months with 95% confidence interval and explain the method that's being used. So here we go, almost there, and the information is appearing. Okay, you can see whatever the information it has given, the months have extended to the next 6 months, and it has actually given us the historical revenue and the forecast in a separate section with 95% accuracy. And of course, we can download these in the files over here. Let's go and add further prompt. And see what happens. Pretty quick, and it's doing a great job without interrupting or without giving us errors. The errors only being identified if we have entered the wrong prompts or any information was missing. So it's pretty good in detecting any gaps or missing elements. In a moment, it's going to give us the result and of course the code explanation as well, which we can go through, and of course the diagnostic model, right? So we can see what is the diagnostic method, including the trend, seasonality, and residuals and other metrics. Of course, it's more about the code and the detailed information, technical information. But just wanted to show you that can just do wonders. Let's do the final uh, activity by adding the final prompt, and you've got the pretty clear information based on I mean, it's all about checking the model assumptions. It has given us a very, very clear report with specific generated file that has been generated throughout the project. So either, of course, we can download that, or we can also export forecast results CSV and PNG and see if it can do that as well. Okay, it's happening in quick seconds. It's gonna do its job, and it's pretty well done. There we go. It has given us the forecast results as CSV and the PNG. So we can simply click here to download all the files. And let's have a quick look at the PNG file, okay, that's been generated. And so you can see the revenue forecast. That's the forecast in PNG. Very clear and very accurate. So that's a pretty good demonstration of what Julius can do for us. There's some more additional, of course, you can actually run this all again from the beginning to quickly generate the whole report, or you can also schedule this. When we actually talk about scheduling, it actually runs the report at a specific time. You can also add at what time, and also Slack integration. So Slack integration, Slack is definitely, it's a quick chat group. It's a more professionally. It's being used in the organization. If you're using it, you know that. And also, it allows you to collaborate with the people. Of course, whatever workflow you have generated, you can name this particular workflow as you want it. You can give a little bit of description for demo and also customize instructions. So whenever it's running this particular workflow, it will remember you. So any specific instruction on context, the tone, and the kind of structure you wanted to approve or create. And also you can create a cover page. Okay, so if you want to choose anything specifically, let's see, I'm actually choosing a cover page for this one as a graph. It will always appear that over here. Okay, so once it's done, everything is saved over here. And when you want to go and pick your notebook over here, it will always be here. Okay, so you can actually enter a different information and you don't have to create a new workflow. Everything that you have created one by one, you can simply leave it like that. The only thing is you have to change the data. So that's one of the ways of using Julius in more effective way. So it does give you 15 messages per month when it comes down to using free version of Julius. After that, you have to upgrade your plan. You can check if you really want to. Other than that, I believe I've given you all the information that's required to get comfortable using Julius. So enjoy learning. And I hope this tutorial is going to really help you in getting confidence using Julius. Enjoy learning.